Well, the royal family bid farewell to Prince Philip on Saturday. The Duke of Edinburgh had said he wanted minimal fuss, and that's what he got. A nod to the military, the armed forces played a role, his casket arriving in a custom-designed Land Rover. And following a moving and sombre service, he was laid to rest in the royal vault in St George's Chapel.
Esteemed royal editor of London's The Evening Standard and best-selling author Rob Jobson has released a new book. Just shy of what would have been the Duke's 100th birthday, Prince Philip's Century is a comprehensive biography celebrating an extraordinary life. Robert Jobson joins us now live from Windsor. Rob, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, good to see you again.
Good to see you, mate. Prince Philip famously said he had no desire to live to 100, and he had quite a hand in the proceedings, didn't he? There were some cheeky moments in there.
Well, he actually said when he was talking about the Queen Mother's 100th, he said, "I've got no desire to make it to that age. I've got bits of me falling off already." But sadly for all of us, he didn't quite get his wish. But what he did do is plan his funeral to absolute precision. You know, even to the point where you got that Jaguar Land Rover. The whole point of that is, of course, he drove Jaguar Land Rovers all his life, but he particularly redesigned that with a great British company. And he actually once said to the Queen, you know, "I don't want any fuss. Just when I die, stick me in a casket and stick me in the back of a Land Rover."
and that's what he got, and it was beautiful in its simplicity, wasn't it? He was famous for his mantra, "Just get on with it." Prince William even put that in his online tribute to his grandfather. What will the next steps be for the royal family, Rob? How will they just get on with it?
Well, Carly, it's going to be a tough act to follow. You know, the reality is, yes, that "just get on with it" was his phrase. But, you know, we've got a monarchy in transition at the moment, and we've also got a monarchy in a little bit of turmoil, you know, with all this Meghan Markle stuff, calling them racists and saying they didn't care about our mental health. Half of America think that the royal family are sort of white supremacists, and it's just got a bit bonkers. So the reality is it's time now for them to sort of get themselves together and stop all the squabbling, because, you know, they're appointing a diversity czar, so someone's going to get a nice big fat check at the end of each month. But the reality is they've got to now step up. And what's going to happen, of course, the Queen is 95. She can't, you know, be expected to carry on in the same way she has been. She's going to carry on as Queen unless she goes into a situation where she's not physically or mentally able to do so, and then Charles would step up as a regent. But in all reality, what's already happening is he's now got the title Duke of Edinburgh, Duke of Cornwall and Edinburgh, Prince of Wales. So he's already now the Queen's liege man, as he was before, because when he was Prince of Wales. But he's now the patriarch of the family, so he'll be taking on the bulk of the work. But in terms of the glamour role, that's going to be really Kate and William and the kids. Now, they're going to be, I think, all the glossy magazines, all the TV shows are going to be wanting a bit of them. But now you've got this sort of alternative royal family, so to speak, in America, which is going to be a bit interesting, isn't it, with Meghan Markle and Harry. I don't know why they just don't call that branch of the family the Kardashians.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it will be controversial, and it's a great stuff for the morning show, let me tell you. We've got to talk about your new book, Rob, Prince Philip's Century. Congratulations on that. You've spent a lot of time with him in public and in private over many years. What's one of the most surprising things you've learned about him?
Well, that's the real truth of it is, I started this book in lockdown because, you know, I wanted to celebrate his 100 years, and I've covered the royal family for 30 years, which is incredible considering I'm only 33. Yeah. So the point of it is, I started researching it, and when you start researching it, you learn all sorts of things about him. Yeah, his early childhood is traumatic and all that sort of stuff, but that's sort of been, you know, lived out. But I found all sorts of interesting little nuggets, which, you know, I could share with you, but then they wouldn't buy the book. But there was a couple of incidents that particularly inspired me, and really, I thought his war service, incredible. Mentioned in dispatches for his heroics at Matapan, but more important than that, he actually did another piece of skill as a naval officer, whereby he put out this fake boat when they were being attacked by German snipers, Stukas, I think they were, coming down. But he put out this burning ship at the back, so when they thought that they'd already bombed the thing, and so they attacked that again, and the ship, when it was in darkness, that avoided being attacked. And I remember I chatted to a guy who's now dead who was on that ship, and he said he saved my life that day and going to be another 70 years alive.
Rob, you mentioned his early years, and I've been really interested to learn about how he was this outsider, perhaps considered not good enough for Elizabeth in the early days. I'm really interested about the comparisons between him and Meghan, and maybe the lessons that Meghan could have learned or maybe should have learned from Prince Philip.
You know, he suffered racism. He suffered a bit of racism too, really. If she wants to get, if they want to get technical about it, because of course Queen Mother used to call him the Hun because of his German links, because her brother had been killed in the First World War, and she didn't really like the fact that this strikingly good-looking, handsome guy, who was also, like the Queen, a great-grandchild of Queen Victoria, she didn't like the fact that he had such Germanic ways and used to call him the Hun, which I thought was a bit harsh, considering, it was not his fault that where he came from, was it?
Yeah. But Meghan could learn a thing or two of him.
I think a lot of people could learn a thing or two from him. But the fact is, though, Kylie, it's a different world now. This is a man who served, and I think that generation, frankly, have gone. I mean, I lost my father-in-law at 99, 2 days before the Duke. He was a wing commander of the RAF. These generation, they don't make him like that anymore.
Yeah,
Rob, always nice to talk to you. Congratulations on the book, and thanks for your time this morning.
I'll send a couple out to you guys, and I won't charge you for the ink.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
sure you
Rob.
won't.
We'd love that. This is what it looks like. This is Rob Jobson's latest book, Prince Philip's Century, The Extraordinary Life of the Duke of Edinburgh. It's due out in Australia on the 1st of May, so keep an eye out for it.